guys, how are you? It's Miss Amadio. I just wanted to check in and create a video for this week for our slides lessons for ESOL. This is going to be our first week here where we're being graded, so I want to make sure that everybody understands exactly what they need to do. And of course, if you have any questions, I'm always available. Send me a message on Class Dojo and I'll be able to touch base with you and see how I can help you. So we're just going to quickly go through the slides. I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do so that you can work on them throughout this week. The first thing that I'm going to show you guys is what we're learning this week. We're going to be reading the story, The Busiest Bugs I Know. Okay, some sight words that we're going to see in our story, the busiest bug we know are live, together, made, people, know, from, and every. I want you guys to be practicing these words all week. You can write them a couple times, you can write them in different colors, you could jump them, you could clap them, to have some fun with them, but by the end of the week, I want you guys to be able to recognize these sight words. Okay, the second thing that we're gonna work on is as we're reading, we're gonna be looking for the main idea and details of the story. I want you guys to remember from school, the main idea is the story's mostly about. It's the most important topic in the story. What's the whole story about? And then as we read, we start to see details. The supporting details help us to understand the main idea. They give us more information. So this is just a really cool way, an ice cream cone, to think about main idea and how we have that cone at the bottom with all the supporting details on top. And then you could use little boxes if you want to draw a picture of this at home, where you could write the main idea. You can write the details inside the boxes to help you understand the story. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do to get us started is I'm going to share my screen with you so that we can look through the slides together. Okay, here we go. All right, first things first, I wanted to let you guys know that my office hours are daily from 10 to 1. So if you have any questions for me, like I said earlier, just go ahead and send me a dojo message. I'm also going to be stopping in some of your classroom meets just because I want to see you guys, see how you're doing, and be there to support you if you need me. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take a look here at the slides for this week called The Busiest Bugs I Know. The first thing you're going to do here is with an adult, read over, practice those sight words. The book here, if you click on here, there's a video link and they'll read the book to you, which is great. So you can go ahead and listen to the story. Okay. On slide number 4, you're going to be unscrambling these high frequency words. So they're all mixed up. Come over, see if you can make a match and bring it over into the box. When you complete that, I want you to type each of your high frequency words 3 times. You have all the different boxes. You can just continuously type them. The more that you practice these words, because these words don't always follow our phonics rules, so the more that you practice these words, the better you're going to get with them. They start to become something that you just remember. Okay, and then trying to read each word. You can read them to an adult, you could read them to a friend, you could read them to a stuffed animal, but just make sure you're rereading those words. On slide 7, you're going to type the sentences with the high frequency words. So if I was looking at sentence 1's bees live, what word's going to make sense in that sentence? Bees live people, bees, oh, I know, I think it's bees live together. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click that text box and I'm going to type the word together into the text box so that when I get your work, I can see that you understood the word and you were able to use it in a sentence. All right. Next, you're going to watch a video about bees, kind of interesting, how they collect their pollen and nectar, why bees are so important. I don't know how many of you like honey, but we know that honey comes from bees. So definitely click that link and head over and watch the video Busy Bees. Some vocabulary that you might see in The Busiest Bugs I Know are pollen, bee, and flower. That's a nice visual, just kind of showing you the pollen inside the middle of the plant and the bee on his flower. We're also going to read and look at some pictures. We know that some people call bees bugs, but scientists call bees insects. And there's a nice picture of some scientists down there telling us that they call them insects. This is also an interesting concept for our English language learners when we're doing things differently. So I might be busy, but the girl in the middle picture might be busier, and the girl at the end might be the busiest. So we're adding ER and EST suffixes to the word busy to show who's doing a little bit more. So the girl at the end looks like she might be the busiest person. All right. So we have some more vocabulary. We see some hives in the wild, some hives made by people, the bees collecting their nectar and pollen and carrying the nectar and pollen to the hive. Again, we're going to reread The Busiest Bee I Know. It's important to keep rereading your stories. It really helps with your comprehension. The facts and the information, the more you read it, the more you know about it. So make sure you read the story a couple times. For main ideas and details, we know that the bees collect the honey and the nectar from the flowers. They carry it back to the hives. This is the main idea of the book. This is what the whole book is about. The most important thing, it's our cone. Okay, it's our cone. It's the most important part of the book. There's also a lot of great details in that story. Bees collect pollen and nectar from flowers. Bees collect the pollen and nectar back to the hives. And I'm sorry, switch slides. Bees leave pollen at every flower they visit. Okay, they used a great graphic organizer like we do in school, where they put the main idea at the top and the details supporting it at the bottom. Okay, now it's your turn. You're going to take this information from the graphic organizer. You're going to use the pictures to help you, and you're going to type your answer into the text boxes. Okay, so if I came back up and I said, the main idea is bees collect honey and nectar. Okay, the main idea I know, and I'm going to click right in here, is bees collect honey and nectar. So make sure you're using that text box feature to complete your answers so that we see that you know what the main idea of that book was. Okay, you're just going to click through the slide. Also type in the details that you learned from the story. And then for your last day, go ahead, read the story one more time, and then I want you guys to use these sentence boxes to make some sentences yourself. You can click them with your mouse, and you can drag them down and put them in order. Choose the best answer. The main idea from bees and bugs is, okay, the busiest bugs I know is bees collect nectar and honey. I'm going to grab that box, click on it, and I'm going to pull it down into the bottom of the slide. Okay, and there's a couple slides where you can complete the sentences for me. When you complete your assignment, please make sure that you push the turn in button. Okay, this is again our first week where we're getting grades. So if you push that turn in button, that'll come right to me. I'll be able to leave a grade and send it back to you so you can see that I was able to see your work and that you did a really great job. All right, that's it for now. I miss you guys so much. I'll see you soon.